Hey everyone, welcome back to Hardnocks, where we uncover the world's most mind-blowing tech, war machines, and the crazy stories behind them. Today, we're diving into something that still gives military radar operators nightmares. It's called the B-2 Spirit, a flying wing of death, so stealthy it could be above your house right now, and you'd never know. But hold on, this isn't just a fancy bomber. This thing costs over $2 billion a pop. That's not a typo, billion with a B, and only 21 were ever made. But let's not go there just yet. See, I did a deep dive into how this beast came to be. And trust me, the story is as wild as the design. Back in the 1980s, when the US and the Soviet Union were playing nuclear chess, America needed a piece that could sneak behind enemy lines without being seen or heard. Not fly fast, not fly high, just be invisible. So they gave Northrop Grumman a nearly blank check and said, make it disappear. And they did. What rolled out wasn't just any aircraft. It was alien looking. No tal, no vertical fins. Just a giant black wing. Like a UFO with an attitude. Did I tell you that its design was inspired by a failed 1940s prototype called the YB-49? Yeah, decades ahead of its time, shelved, and then reborn as a ghost. Now, when I said $2 billion, you probably thought I was exaggerating. I wasn't. Each B-2 cost $737 million to build. And when you throw in R&D, logistics, hangars, pilot training, yeah, that number jumps over $2 billion. They should have known this wasn't going to be just another bomber. Originally, the plan was to make 132 of them. But when the Cold War ended, Congress looked at that price tag and said, let's pump the brakes. In the end, only 21 B-2s were ever built. Just 20 remain today. One crashed. I'll get to that in a moment. So, what do you do with a plane that costs more than a small country's GDP? You fly it across the planet undetected. The B-2 made its combat debut in Kosovo, 1999, flying from Missouri all the way to Serbia and back in one trip. Over 30 hours in the air, non-stop, with precision bombs dropped smack on target. And that was just the beginning. Iraq, 2003. Afghanistan, 2001. Libya, 2011. These missions didn't just show its power, they redefined long-range bombing. And the best part? The enemy radar never knew it was there. Now real quick, if you're loving this story and want more deep dives like it, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to Hardnocks, and don't forget to turn on notifications. We don't just upload, we drop facts, history, and a little attitude every single time. Alright, back to the ghost. On February 23rd, 2008, one of these flying phantoms, the Spirit of Kansas, took off from Guam. It lasted less than 60 seconds. Moisture had messed with its sensors, feeding faulty data to the flight computer. As it lifted off the runway, it pitched up sharply, stalled, and slammed back down. The pilots ejected safely, but that B-2? Total loss. Just like that, $2 billion vanished in flames. And yeah, that's the only one that's ever been lost. But it's not just the shape that makes the B-2 scary. Everything about it is designed to disappear. The engines are hidden deep in the wing to mask the heat signature. The surface coating absorbs radar like a sponge. Even the wheels and landing gear are shaped to avoid detection. And the radar cross-section, it's the size of a bird, or a metallic marble, depending on who you ask. Think about that. A 172-foot wingspan, flying at 50,000 feet, and your radar thinks it's a pigeon? Let's not forget the people flying this ghost. B-2 pilots train for missions that last up to 44 hours. That's almost 2 full days in a cockpit, sleeping in shifts, eating protein bars, no radio chatter. Just silence and the hum of history being made. Today, the B-2 is still in service, all 20 of them based at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. They're getting older, but don't be fooled. They're still deadlier than ever. And while its successor, the B-21 Raider, is already under wraps, the B-2 Spirit remains the king of stealth. A $2 billion ghost that proved sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't the one you see. It's the one you never knew was there. Today, the B-2 is still in service, all 20 of them based at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. They're getting older, But don't be fooled. They're still deadlier than ever. And while its successor, the B-21 Raider, is already under wraps, the B-2 Spirit remains the king of stealth. A $2 billion ghost that proved sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't the one you see. It's the one you never knew was there.